Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Empires or Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on the top right side, or really just right side, as the blue Odin. We got Skirnir. Wait, Skirnir? Is that like a Norse version of Skinner from The Simpsons? Yeah, probably not. I'm probably overthinking it. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Zeus. We got Jyack with a lowercase c. Of course, the early eco phase, not much to see right now, but red is taking time to aggro the Aurochs towards the town center. Very nice. This should give him some good amount of food. He doesn't have to acquire, well, any sort of drop-off resource at the moment. Though a couple of storehouses going on up. This one may be adequate for that wood there, but I understand trying to build one even closer. But when it comes to relics on the map, let's see now. We've got the Thunderclaw Shawl, increases the pierce armor of human soldiers. We got a Pelt of Argus, gives unit line of sight. That's not super useful. It's situational. It can be quite nice, but it's not really something you usually seek after. Ring of Nibelung, give access to a nice little coin trickle, effectively one village report for cold. And over here, got the Tusk of Dang Kang. A pair of pigs will periodically summon your temple. And if I remember correctly as well, those pigs are infinitely spawning. Not like the relic lions, we have to take, you don't get another pair until the previous pair dies. Those pigs are just infinite, like in Age of Empires 4 Mongol pasture. Oh, look at this as well. Red is being hyper aggressive to clean up the caribou up here. Skipping this deposit there does leave one rotten. But this also is a bit of delay. I can understand this if the player has queued up the age up, so it doesn't delay the age up, but that was a significant delay at the age up. Temple almost is now built. We do have now Freyja being researched. Zeus is going for Jason. Can go for Athena or Hermes. You get cavalry upgrades, or you get hoplite and pierce armor. We've also got a pair of Herseers now holding the field. And late age up, and Zeus is aging up to Athena. You got Olympian Parentage, giving your heroes additional hit points and make them train faster. Valkyrie to hold the field. A very fine hunt has been summoned. And Rez now obtained the caribou. Valkyrie, of course, can't get some damage on these. Oh, I always forget the fact that Zeus can just say, yep, another first unit. It's no longer existing. So, Zeus doesn't have to worry about any Valkyrie raids. He immediately stops all momentum that Blue had. Of course, Freyja does also give access to the Forest Fire, which is a really, really bad god power. Here's how I mentioned before in previous replays. This is how I would balance a forest fire. You target a location, it summons a pile of fire, a pool of fire, but also can chain reaction with some nearby forest there. But it hopefully can leave a bit of a dot on the ground, something small, maybe like something about this big with a square. Something a little bit more usable. I don't know. Forest Fire is like one of the worst god powers in the entire game, in my opinion. Archer range, military, and double military categories now being deployed in the field. Line for added Toxays and hoplites. In general, Toxay is going to be a good choice versus the Norse, assuming your opponent is not going for cavalry. Because the throwing axemen are classified as infantry, so they receive bonus damage from the archers. And they don't send any bonus damage towards the Toxay archers. Or even Peltas. Do now have some raiding cavalry now being deployed in the field. Hoplites are more or less, they're a very powerful generalist infantry unit there. He already has some medium hoplites. Their multiplier versus cavalry is not great. They just have really good base damage and good overall stats. They're just a powerful generalist infantry unit with some anti-cavalry. When did they get the bonus damage versus buildings? I don't remember that. I guess made them in recent balance patch to add a bit of anti-structure damage. Just medium. I don't remember them having that. They must have made melee infantry a bit more effective for structures in a recent balance patch, and I missed it, of course. And looks like Zeus has queued up a whole bunch of research, including research for the next stage. Of course, can't afford it at the moment. Got multiple hoplites in the field. That would be a generally very good unit here. Perseers have a damage of 7.3 and 143 health with 20% hack armor. The medium hoplites in comparison have 127 health, 40 hack armor, and the same damage but a much higher attack speed. I always view Herseers as a little bit of a trap unit when it comes to combat. I understand they're very useful for favor generation, but I think some people over-rely on Herseers. But an early small force does give you some decent passive favor generation. Applied upgrades, just Thunderclaw Shawl. Or that's not necessarily upgrade. And I was not paying close attention here. My apologies. We've got now these hoplites already in the line. Northern Minotaur gets a nice bowl charge there. Nice restoration there. Heals up Hercules quite significantly. Not fully, but he did receive the full duration. Coxays do push forward there. Northern Minotaur is at full health at the moment. Hercules has gone down. I'm not sure Jason maybe at the moment. There's Jason. Blue's not to point out any myth units, and we have a very good force of throwing Axemans. Red does not have enough Toxays. We got some old Sarks now being employed in the field, as well as more throwing Axemen. But no medium infantry just yet as well. So that would help out everything except for the raiding cavalry for blue. Some of these Toxays are getting hit by the raiding cavalry. Throwing hoplites now rotating on in. Throwing Axemen do have a decent DPS against the infantry, 12. Medium Toxays being focused on by the raiding cavalry. Good micro there by blue. And we've got some health regen being activated there. Alright, starting to fall back there. One raiding cavalry remaining. Good number throwing Axemen. Red should be able to turn around and win this fight, but decides not to take it. Oh, Force Fire gets a decent hit there. Can't say if that was the best deployment of it, but really hard to make that thing's useful. Let's see. I do see an occasional health regen there. That's probably the Odin passive there. Don't know the exact amount of the health regen. It's just slow. It's meant to... Oh, wait. You can highlight and see the health regen there. 0.04 per second. That's not bad. I'm assuming if I were to highlight like this, yeah. Okay, that's something new. I did not realize you can highlight the health there to see the health regen. That is good to know. Very slow. It's meant to help with subsequent fights. Probably best as a defensive tool, so your defensive units can engage and then follow up with another engagement basically at full health, but that slow health regen is still not great. We do now have another Hercules, more Toxays, more villagers of course, and it looks like the copper upgrade has been completed. He should have skipped the copper shields. The only thing he has to protect himself from that is the town center. Not even watchtowers at the moment. We do now have the Ceremony. Increase the hero's hit points by 10%. Also enables the DoD early. DoD's the range myth hero, which is not too important right now. Looks like Blue's force is nearly fully healed, just the raiding cavalry, who's slightly singed. Hoplites push forward. He needs to micro those Toxays to engage the throwing Axemans. There goes the Raven. Is the Raven classified as a myth unit? Well, looks like Blue's doing a good job with his engagement. He's doing a good job. Blue's doing a good job microing the throwing Axemen, engage the hoplites. Hoplites against the damage here. Red could eye for the stables there and get some hits, help you with the throwing Axemans. Another Herseer there. Jason and Hercules are going down. Looks like he's tasking the hoplites engage the civilians. More hoplites and more Tuxedays advancing. Number of dwarves are quite wounded there, so a couple of them could go down here. Dwarves are firing. Don't know how many civilians went down for blue. Maybe just one at most. Overall, red did get beaten back. You now have the Aegis shield being resource, increasing Pierce armor once again. He is fighting against Norse. He's not fighting against Pierce attacks. He should not, which is probably one reason why y'all probably should not go for Athena in Age 2 against the Norse, because you only get the Sarasi and the Restoration. Northern Minotaurs are pretty nice, but Perseers are pretty common for Norse, so not so much. In other words, I think red can do a bit better. Blue's overall doing a good job. Freyja does offer quite a bit of hero benefits to go along with Odin's heroes benefits as well. And plus you got the Thunderclaw Shawl there, increasing Pierce armor for everything and hero as well. It's just a bit more generous. You now have these gatherers getting hit by these hoplites. He could try to stay in the fight. I think there's a decent amount of losses there. Red's doing a good job of raiding the villagers. Not necessarily the job of hoplites, but they're doing the job quite well. More raiding cavalry, more throwing axemans not being deployed in the field. I heard engagement over here. It looks like I got a couple more Valkyries deployed in the field. Looks like some of them started going down here. Valkyries have no upgrade at the moment. My apologies if you hear my drink open up. We do have blue falling back to all the gatherers and miners. Hoplites gain some damage on these dwarves. And good backline throwing axemans. I'm assuming the Odin villagers don't get health regen as well. Doesn't look like it. Do I have to no, I don't have to switch them. I was already Zeus. I'm doing the other views. So yet the villagers don't get affected by the health regen, making so they're much more vulnerable to subsequent raids and the defensive force there. Blue right now has a military force of 90 on the field versus 45, so a significant advantage for blue. I mentioned much higher quality. It does have medium infantry as well, which does improve the Herseers. Actually, it doesn't appear to be. Pretty sure they are, but maybe not. Restoration now deployed in the field. We got some Erdmen deployed in the field. The Norse Spearmen. I guess the assumed clones can go for cavalry by now, but that's simply not the case. Restoration has subsided. Blue did stall out. Valkyries getting hit there. This wounded Valkyrie could save back, help heal up these forces. And looks like Red's getting forced back once again. Blue can either continue pushing forward or fall back and healing up. Pushing forward actually does have good benefits right now. Red doesn't have too many forces in the field to defend with. Notice that the Valkyries being hit apart pretty horribly. And Blue Rangers fall back, get healed on up. The Valkyries could take down and heal up the villagers as well.
Yo!
Villagers heading over here. Or no, force heading over here to the villagers. We got a massive stockpile of Herseers. No blacksmith upgrades right now, so the hoplites still should be superior. And it does have copper weapon upgrades though, going for bronze breastplates and copper shields. No, not bronze breastplates, copper breastplates. We do now have another age up queued on up for Zeus, Dionysus. He's going to hail Hydra, get access to an upgrade to improve all human soldier hit points, and I think what the other stuff was. Does get bronze. Some this instructions aren't going down. Top save straightforward. Top stays a little bit surrounded. Only a couple raiding cavalry and a Valkyrie to engage these top stays. It looks like blue will collapse onto the top stays and get a bit of surround going. He also has some herdmen now up on the field. Valkyries, raiding cavalry, Herseers, and throwing X on the queue. Dionysus is almost complete. He may need to pop bronze pretty quickly. And I'll definitely get the Hydra up and going as well. We do have now the Despot, giving Valkyrie increased melee damage and faster healing capability. Another Ford Longhouse here. Hydra now pulling the field. Zeus has 94 favor. Maybe we're going to go for more Hydras. And again, he's fighting against a good number of Herseers. And Odin has 187 favor at the moment, so a significant amount to say the least. Building some more infrastructure now, such as the market and the longhouse. Aging up to Scotty to give access to the Frost Giant and to the Frost ability. Valkyrie's getting hit by the Townsend of Fire.
Tilbúin. Skipan.
Shield Maiden Valkyries have 21 damage. Of course, got chasing here the anti-myth unit hero. And of course, it does automatically receive age up benefits. So you will quickly take out these ladies.
Yow.
Right, has decent force up here. Got the Hydra getting ripped apart there. Didn't stand a chance. Who's now pushing forward once again, getting some good hits on all these forces. Does age up there, got restoration and bronze there, and his opponent's going to counter with bronze or with frost. He will deny both those god powers, not necessarily the restoration, but will deny the bronze. He can start pushing towards opponent's base. Not too much there as well, so Blue can simply rally reinforcements there. Blue has a massive stockpile of units being cast, queued on up. Goaties, Herseers, raiding cavalry, throwing Axemans, and a Valkyrie at Pop Cap the moment. Going for the Winter Harvest and survival equipment and shaft mines to shaft his opponent. Got some walls being established there. Bronze has subsided. And Red is back in the game now, as Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.